Now, the selection of Surakarta as the most tolerant city in the world is, of course, a pride for all Indonesian. And of course, Vopi has done a wonderful work creating those movies called the Golden Rule movie. Now, we're going to talk about the Golden Rule movie and all about that with, joining us today, Princess Cheryl Halpern, as the international founder of the Visions of Peace initiative. Hello, Cheryl.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Yes, it's our third time together.
Here, here.
Yeah.
To be continued.
To be continued, yes, of course. And also, Princess Natasha Dematra, Executive Director of the Visions of Peace initiative. Hello,
Hi,
Natasha.
Eda.
Hi, Princess Natasha, Princess Cheryl. It's nice to be back right here. So let's get into it. We saw the visuals right there. You guys were just working hard in Surakarta, talking to young students, and flowers on your, necks. Please share a story about your best memory right there in Surakarta. Let's start with Cheryl first.
Every memory is wonderful.
Yes.
And I go back to 2018 when the king invited me and welcomed me into the royal household.
Wow.
So I have a particularly fond memory for Surakarta.
Yeah.
And to the extent that I am aware that there was a degree of rising terrorism prior to Mayor Gibran's coming into office,
True.
and he has really focused on diminishing and decreasing the presence of terrorism.
Yes.
And that's essential because children are targeted. They're either the victims or the extremists look to bring the children into their frame of existence to engage in greater terrorism. So to focus, as he has, on interfaith harmony, to making everybody feel welcome, you can't ask for more.
Yeah.
That's what every memory needs to be about: warmth, safety, and security.
Warmth, safety, and security. Beautiful put. Thank you so much, Princess Cheryl, for sharing that. You're most welcome. We go to Princess Natasha, please. Can you spill us a thing or two about the story about your program right there in Surakarta, Princess Natasha?
Well, we have been going back and forth to Surakarta since a couple of years ago.
Yes.
So again, what Princess Cheryl was saying, it feels like home to be in Surakarta. And we're going to go to Surakarta again tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow
Oh,
to
geez.
start.
Please have a good rest, both of you.
Thank you. To start our road show for the film,
Okay.
which we're going to film, which we're going to screen in front of thousands of children, and also the Visions of Peace to bring and to teach them what tolerance and what the Golden Rule is.
Wow, thank you so much for the hard work. So tomorrow will be the road show started.
Yes.
For the first time in Surakarta, is it?
Yes, in Surakarta.
Okay.
We have done it 2 months ago in Jakarta and other places, and in Bali as well, but tomorrow we start in Surakarta.
Wow, okay. While we're at the, on the way to the road show, and you guys have been previously done the road show before, how was the reaction of the people in Surakarta or in Bali? Princess Cheryl, can you share something about that?
We have always received an incredible welcome wherever the screening has taken place. The questions that have been forthcoming, how can you behave? How can we behave in order to achieve that do unto others as we would like to have done to ourselves? And so the film, the documentary, in bringing together clerics from the different faiths who all say, we need to come down of our mountain, engage with parents, with teachers, with the children, in order to teach them civility. It's not in the human genome.
It's not.
It just isn't.
Yeah.
But you have to think before you speak. You have to think before you act. And little things do mean a lot.
Yeah.
So if you see an older person sitting alone, why not smile?
Yeah.
Say, how are you?
Cute.
Help your mother wash the dishes. Things that today, I'd rather be on my smartphone. No.
Thank you for reminding that always, Princess Cheryl. It's nice to hear from you that way, that word that you just said to me. So thank you so much. Now, back again to Natasha. It's our third meeting, actually, with Princess Cheryl and Natasha. On 2024, I haven't been catching up with a VOPI. So can you please, in a short story, what have VOPI have been doing, Natasha, these 2024? 5 months already. Yeah.
Oh, you mean what have VOPI has been doing since last time we met, Natasha?
Yeah. If you can mention, if you can tell the whole story, I would glad to know more. Please do. Yeah.
Well, we have timing, right?
Yeah, so we have time. Yes, we have a long time to see.
But I think I'm going to just pinpoint which we have done in March, which is we have screened the Golden Rule film together with the VOPI at the Parliament House. I think we made history in there because it's the first film that was screened at the Parliament building and everybody was watching there, and there were, I think it's a symbol. And I think besides of that as well, we have screened it also in Bali and also in Jakarta and also in West Java. And now we're going to start in Surakarta. And I hope, we wish that it can continue as well.
Yes.
And we can tell the story of peace and tolerance into the world more.
Yes,
but
please
think about the story about the children who had gone through the program, who were then brought to be with the children who became orphans because of the natural tragedy.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there with them.
Yeah, please do.
We also was in the refugee camp for the Cianjur earthquake, and we were there and we see them with our own eyes, how their heart was breaking and how shattered they was because their parents died because of the earthquake. And we came there and we asked them what are their thoughts about love, peace, and tolerance. And it was very, very heart moving to see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for those children who were orphaned to then be bonding with their peers the same age, you can't put a value on it. It is beyond value.
It's beyond value.
And that's what it's about, caring for another the way, if God forbid, you were in a similar situation, you would want to be cared for.
Beautifully said. Caring for others, that is the most important thing to do in life. So while you were mentioning about the movie itself, so it has been done in West Java, in Bali, tomorrow in Surakarta, in Jakarta also. Please tell me about the first day, the day one, Princess Cheryl and Princess Natasha, if you will. The day one that you had an idea to make the Golden Rule movie, when was that and why? Why did it came up to the idea?
That's Princess Cheryl's idea.
Yes. That's Princess Cheryl idea. Thank you so much for the golden idea, for sharing the Golden Rule movie. So when was that, Princess Cheryl?
It goes back in time. Now, I grew up in a home where the Golden Rule, the doing for others, the loving your neighbor like yourself, was part of the norm in my home. And then looking at the violence that is growing around the world, where children, as I said earlier, they're either the victims or they're the perpetrators. How do we stop that? I've got 13 grandchildren.
13 grandchildren.
13 grandchildren. I'm concerned.
Bless you.
Thank you. God did bless me.
Bless you.
But I am concerned, what type of world are they going to be inheriting? Now, when I was in school, we had a civics class.
Civics class.
And we were taught the Golden Rule. And in the documentary, you'll actually see a teacher with a blackboard, not a whiteboard, writing on the blackboard, do unto others, teaching that. So when I see a 6-year-old take a gun and kill a teacher back in the good old USA, and I see an 18-year-old celebrate a birthday by buying an automatic weapon and going into a cafeteria and shooting his fellow students, excuse me, why is this occurring? Why are we not teaching children how to behave civilly? You know, you have Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. It's phenomenal. But your children, your youth, your peers,
my peers,
need to be taught civility as well. We take too much for granted. And so That's what motivated me. How do I share what I learned as a child with the children today?
Wow. Thank you for taking us way, way back when you were children, when you were a child.
Thank you.
Now you got 13 grandchildren. Princess Cheryl, oh my God, bless you once again. Now, I want to go to Princess Natasha. The minute you said like the idea coming from Princess Cheryl. Now, when Princess Cheryl told you that she wanted to make the Golden Rule movie, what was your reaction in mind at that moment? Is it possible, or like, is it going to be a hectic?
No.
Okay.
No. My first reaction was like, I was surprised, but surprised in a good way, because I always know ideas that come from Princess Cheryl is going to be, you know, amazing, as usual.
As usual. It's going to be golden.
But yeah, I mean, because when the VOPI first created, we have come for the mission to introduce the Golden Rule to the younger children. And then when she came with the idea to make it a film, and then to show it to the world, and also to speak from different religions, to talk about the Golden Rule, I started to think that, yeah, I mean, this is what aligned with the VOPI, and I think it's a very good thing to do, and I think we are the first film to talk about the Golden Rule.
The first movie about the Golden Rule, is it? In the whole world. Oh my God. I love this stuff right here. So thank you for supporting the idea of Princess Cheryl. It has come to life. Tomorrow you will bring this Golden Movie roadshow to Surakarta. I wish you all the best. But before that, I just want to ask, as a movie lover myself, can you not just spoil too much, but I know, right? But this is a documentary, right? How long does the movie take? And what's essential within the movie, Princess Cheryl? If you can just tell us a bit of a spoiler right there.
Bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, just a bit, please.
Bit of a spoiler.
Just a bit, please.
There are many faiths.
Okay.
There is, though, a commonality between all faiths.
Okay.
One of the ways that there is a commonality is with a universal value that exists in every faith. The Golden Rule is that universal value. So whether you are a follower of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucius, doesn't matter. The Baha'i, every faith has got the Golden Rule encapsulated within its core values. So watch the documentary, see how we are all children of the divine, and we share a value with regard to behavior that sometimes we forget and need to relearn.
We forget and we need to relearn. That's why you made the movie. Thank you so much. I mean, as you mentioned about the Bhinneka Tunggal Ika here in Indonesia, berbeda-beda namun tetap satu, I think it matches with the Golden Rule idea, where everybody has to know about it. So thank you for sharing that, Princess Cheryl. Thank you about the bit of a spoiler. Now, I want to ask about to Princess Natasha, how long does the duration of the making of the movie itself? I mean, from the idea, since from childhood I know, but how long have you been making it? Does it take 1 year, 2 years? And how do you compile all their teams? Please. That you can spoil, right? That you can spoil.
I think that question goes to Princess Cheryl.
Okay, Princess Cheryl. Okay, thank you so much.
Because she's like the head behind the film. Of how she will make it come
true. Not going to put you into pressure, but Princess Cheryl, let's go, Princess Cheryl. Please spill all of that, because you can spill all of that, of course.
Spill all of it.
Yeah.
Took about 2.5 to 3 years. Wow. Finding the individuals best to represent their faiths took time. Yeah. So, for example, within the Islamic faith, to identify Imam Shamsi Ali, who happens to be, if I'm not mistaken, part of the Indonesian community, but he was the Imam who went with President Bush following the tragedy of September 11th. So to bring him to represent Islam for this documentary, it took a little bit of research then to connect, to be comfortable with one another.
True.
And then also to find a representative for the newest faith, so to speak, and that's the Baha'i. You know, they don't go back the millennia.
Yeah, yeah.
But finding, you know, the individual to be eloquent and explain. And similarly with the Christian faith. You know, I always thought that Rome and the Vatican were the seat of Christianity. And then I found out that the Armenian Church was the first to accept Jesus. I never knew that. So instead of going to the Vatican to then go to the Armenian Church to sit with their representative. So everything just took time, and I'm thrilled that those who came together, the high priest in Bali, to represent the Hindu faith, there was a buy-in, so to speak, from every clergy person, men and women, to support this initiative, because all were concerned about the rise in violence and the impact on youth. So that's how it happened.
Thank you so much, Princess Cheryl, for sharing all of that. That's just a tiny bit, I think, about the whole documentary, which I hope in the future years to come, the Golden Rule movie, everybody can just watch it in digital streaming platform. That is my hope to VOPI, so that everybody can learn about the Golden Rule and, of course, the beautiful Bhinneka Tunggal Ika that we have in Indonesia.
Absolutely. So please, God, your vision for the future will be realized.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Princess Cheryl. So that is our talks about the Golden Rule movie. I wish VOPI all the best for the roadshow and all the programs and all the good deeds and all the Golden Rule that they will be doing in the future. So thank you so much for being here, Princess Cheryl and Princess Natasha.
Thank you, Eda.
have a great day in Surakarta tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To be continued.
To be continued. Okay. And of course, we have plenty of more news right here in Focus today. Stay tuned right here with us on TVRI World.